basically there's 8 different options left offering current account services. So we talk about current accounts first and then move on to mortgages maybe, because mortgages is a really big deal for people. But when it comes to current accounts, you've got AIB, Bank of Ireland, An Post, the Credit Union, the EBS, N26 and Revolut, and permanent TSB. Now, N26 and Revolut, for some people, they may not be going, what the hell are they're online only banks. So they only have a digital footprint. They don't have any physical presence in Ireland, but they have completely upended how banking works in this country and indeed in countries all over the world.
Well, Conor,
because that probably
you couldn't get your wages paid into a Revolut account.
They have developed that system now.
Wow.
So they function as a current account. Now, a lot of people still use them as a way to transfer money from Biddy to Jack, or just, simple things like that. But they are properly regulated, functioning banking entities, not just in Ireland, but across Europe. And they have hundreds of thousands of customers in this country. So then the question is, who do you pick? Where do you go? Now, it depends on what you want. Now, if you like going into a branch to lodge checks, for example, or if you like the notion of having a branch of a bank near you, well, then AIB and Bank of Ireland are the big players in that sector, because I think AIB has 170 branches or something like that, and Bank of Ireland has 169 branches, and then permanent TSB has around 75 branches. So they're the businesses with the biggest physical footprint. But the company that has actually the biggest physical footprint is An Post, because it has 900 post offices around the country, and it also allows people who bank with AIB and Bank of Ireland to do banking with them too. So if actually a physical presence really matters to you, well, then you'd be looking at An Post, AIB, Bank of Ireland, and PTSB. But if a physical presence, if it doesn't make a blind bit of difference to you, you might be looking towards Revolut and N26. But there's all these different complexities then that come into play, because N26, for instance, they allow free ATM withdrawals, but only 3 of them a month. And after that, every time you use the ATM with your N26 card, that's €2. So that's pretty expensive.
Yeah, that's steep.
Revolut, that is steep. Now, Revolut will allow you to withdraw a maximum of €200 on your card, and then fees apply. But the other banks also charge fees. AIB, for instance, charges you 35 cents for every withdrawal. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I found myself using cash an awful lot less since the start of the pandemic. And actually, weeks and months can go by without me actually using physical cash, because it's all contactless, it's all on my phone. So, maybe those transaction charges aren't going to be as significant to people. Now, Bank of Ireland and PTSB, they don't charge you for using your ATM, but they do have this €6 or €5 a month that you pay no matter what, and then you get the rest of your banking free. So, it really does depend on how you use your bank, what you use it for, and how you can get the best value for money. And there are places that you can go to make those kind of comparisons. For instance, bonkers.ie, they will give you kind of an outline of what the various different banks charge and how they operate. And once you know what suits you, well, then you just make the switch. And actually, you will save yourself, you can save yourself a few bob by making the right call.